Sir, can we start?
Okay.
A warm greetings to one and all. Let's begin today's session with prayer. Sit straight. Close your eyes. Palms in Namaskara Mudra. Let us begin the today's session with prayer again. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrutyomukshiyamamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Good evening to one and all present here for national webinar on Yoga for Cancer on the occasion of World Cancer Day, organized by Faculty of Yoga Sciences and Therapy, Meenakshi Academy of Higher Education and Research. Before I begin today's session, I would like to introduce our today's organizing committee for national webinar on Yoga for Cancer on the occasion of World Cancer Day. Chief patrons, Mr. A. N. Radhakrishnan, Chancellor MAHER, Mrs. Jayanti Radhakrishnan, Rector MAHER, Patron, Professor Dr. R. S. Neelakandan, Vice Chancellor MAHER, Additional Patron, Dr. C. Kritika, Registrar MAHER, Convener, Dr. R. Ilangovan, Professor and Head FYST MAHER, Organizing Secretary, Dr. V. Subbulakshmi, Associate Professor, FYST MAHER, Co-coordinators, Dr. S. Murugeshan, Associate Professor, and Mr. A. Annadurai, Assistant Professor, FYST MAHER. Organizing Committee members, members of Student Council, student of first year and second year MSc Yoga and Yoga Therapy, BSc Yoga and Yoga Therapy, PhD scholars, FYST MAHER. And we welcome you all. Today, on February 4th, World Cancer Day is observed to raise awareness of cancer and to encourage its prevention, detection, and treatment. The primary goal of World Cancer Day is to significantly reduce illness and death caused by cancer. World Cancer Day is led by Union for International Cancer Control, and the World Cancer Day 2022 and 2024 theme is Close the Care Gap, which is focused on identifying and recognizing global disparities in cancer care. So there is a can in cancer because we can beat the cancer. So moving further towards the session, I would like to invite Dr. V. Subbulakshmi, Associate Professor, FYST MAHER, to address welcome speech.
Good evening, all of you. I feel very much delighted in welcoming you all on behalf of our organizing committee, our chief patrons, Mr. A. N. Radhakrishnan sir, Chancellor MAHER, Mrs. Jayanti Radhakrishnan ma'am, Rector MAHER, Patron, Professor Dr. R. S. Neelakandan sir, Vice Chancellor MAHER, Additional Patron, Professor Dr. C. Kritika ma'am, Registrar MAHER, Convener, Dr. R. Ilangovan sir, Professor and Head, FYST MAHER. On behalf of Organizing Secretary, myself, Dr. V. Subbulakshmi, and our coordinators, Dr. S. Murugeshan sir, Associate Professor, FYST MAHER, Mr. A. Annadurai sir, Additional Assistant Professor, FYST MAHER, our organizing committee members, members of Student Council, On behalf of our PhD scholars FYST MAHER, I welcome you all to National Webinar on Yoga for Cancer on the occasion of World Cancer Day. A very warm welcome to our chief guest, Dr. Br Parthasarthi sir, Faculty in Physiotherapy, Department of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation, Government Kadalur Medical College and Hospital Chidambaram. I welcome you all on this national webinar on yoga for cancer. Welcome you all, and let's proceed further in this program. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to invite Dr. S. Murugeshan, Associate Professor, FYST MAHER, to address introductory speech. I welcome you, sir.
Good evening, one and all. I would like to express my gratitude to our management and our HOD, Professor Dr. Ilangovan sir, for giving me this opportunity. We have to come together online to participate in the national webinar on yoga for cancer, organized by Faculty of Yoga Sciences and Therapy, under by able guidance of our beloved HOD sir. Yes, we are aware that cancer has become a common disease in the society, affecting different parts of the human body, which results in pain and agony. The primary goal of World Cancer Day is to significantly reduce illness and death caused by cancer, and an opportunity to rally the international community to end the injustice of preventable suffering from cancer. On the occasion of World Cancer Day, we have mixed as our chief guest Dr. Br Parthasarthi, Faculty in Physiotherapy, Department of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation, Government Medical College and Hospital, Kadalur Chidambaram, to deliver his special address on various aspects of cancer and to more about cancer. Welcome you, sir. Thank you to one and all.
Thank you, sir. Let us proceed further by inviting our today's special guest, Dr. Br Parthasarthi. And before proceeding further, let me introduce sir. At present, sir is working as faculty in physiotherapy, Department of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation, Government Kadalur Medical College and Hospital Chidambaram. His qualifications include BPT at SRM University, MPT at Annamalai University as a gold medalist. He is also a PhD at Annamalai University in yoga. He has completed his PhD in yoga, and his topic was Garbha Vidya, that is educating the fetus inside the womb. His additional qualifications include he has completed licensed NLP practitioner course under Richard Brandler, and sir had a working experience as a physiotherapist at Vijaya Hospital under Dr. Arjun Das and Dr. Deepak Arjun Das from 2005 to 2007. And from 2007 August onwards, he is rendering services at Annamalai University. I welcome you, sir.
First of all, a warm good evening to one and all. And I like to share my gratitude to Dr. Ilangovan sir and also to the administration for giving this nice opportunity for delivering a speech about the cancer, because today is a World Cancer Day. So most of the person will think that the cancer, which is a disease that won't come to us. So cancer is a disease First, what is cancer? Cancer means the cells got changes. Daily we are getting degeneration and regeneration of cells. So when we are getting degeneration, regeneration, the regeneration of new cells is again going to degenerate. But in cancer cells, what is happening means the regeneration of the cells, that is, the regeneration of the new cells is not fully regenerated, partially regenerated. When the cells are partially regenerated, what will happen means then the cells won't be useful for us, and also it disturbs the other cells. See, when a cell is partially regenerated, when a cell is not working, it also spreads, multiplies. When a cell that is not working multiplies, what will happen means the normal cells also got disturbed. So when we are speaking broadly about the cancer, the benign cancer and also the malignant, that is the benign tumor. The benign tumor is the one which is present at the same place. It may compress, it may disturb, or it may cause any kind of problem to the one part only. It won't get spreaded. The benign tumor, for example, when it is present on the thyroid gland, the thyroid gland only gets affected. The benign carcinoma at the thyroid gland. So when the cancer is affecting only one place, then that is not a problem. But that kind of place is giving the problem to the entire body. But when the cancer spreads to other parts, to other organs, to other systems, then it is a big problem. When the cancer cells get spread to the same organ or to the other systems, for example, a digestive system, when the cancer is present in the liver and it spread into the pancreas and also it spreads into the other glands, then it spreads into the skin, that's a problem. When the cancer of the bone, it spreads into the eyes and it spreads into the other parts, that's the problem. So the benign and malignant, these both kinds of cancers are most important. So when a person getting cancer, first thing, what will happen? When a doctor is telling to a patient, you got cancer, then the patient, the first one, what is the patient getting affected means the emotional disturbance. Emotionally, the patient is disturbed. See, when a person is normal, then that is different scenario. When a person is having cancer, that is different scenario. When we are seeing the types of cancer and when the cancer is spreading, then that time only the patient is just coming out of the normal life and the patient is entering into the life of the hell. See, when the patient having cancer is just facing this disease, his or her disease, then the patient will have to cross 5 stages. The first stage is acceptance. The pain, agony, and also the non-acceptance by the society, and also non-accepting to a disease. These are the stages that usually patient has to cross. First, the patient is affected by the pain emotionally and also the pain from the affected part. Then the patient has to accept. So how many persons will really accept the cancer? Most of the patient won't accept. They want to come out of the problem, but they don't want to face the problem. So that thing is most important. The last phase is the acceptance. The acceptance of the disease is most important. And most of the patients won't accept. Initially, when a patient is accepting that a disease, a disease will get cured very naturally. But when a patient at the latest stages of disease accepting the disease, then the disease is non-curable and also the disease gets spread. So when we are seeing a patient, the yogic method of treatment, what kind of treatment can we give? So the most of the persons will think where the cancer is, whether the cancer is in the neck, whether the cancer is in the back, or whether the cancer is the bone, or whether the cancer is the breast, anywhere. Most of the patient will think of the part only. But which system we have to see? The system, the first system that is affected from the cancer is cardiorespiratory system. The cancer may be at any place. It may be at skin, it may be at bone, or it may be at any place. But initially what will happen is the patient will go for rest. When a patient is affected with the cancer, the patient will go for rest. So when a patient is getting too much rest, then the respiratory fitness is getting reduced. What is respiratory fitness? See, when a normal person is doing all the activities, then we won't think about a fitness. But when a patient is having some kind of problems like cancer, stroke, or any kind of diseases, then we have to see the functional capacity of a patient. What is functional capacity? The functional capacity means how the patient is doing that day-to-day activities. Where the patient is dressing himself or herself, where the patient is doing the ambulation means walking, where the patient is doing the exercises, like that we have to see. The functional ambulation is most important. The functional ambulation got affected by means of affect in the respiratory system. So the respiratory system we have to see first. So most of the yoga therapy techniques, most of the persons will tell that yoga won't cure cancer. Most of the persons will tell, even allopathy doctors also tell, yoga won't cure cancer. But we have to prove, we are yoga people, we have to prove that when we are practicing yoga, the death rate we can reduce. The mortality and the morbidity rate we can decrease. That is most important. So when we are seeing a cancer patient, what are the things we have to analyze means, first we have to see the power of the muscles of the respiration. So when we are giving a yoga therapy to the patient, we are seeing this. For cancer patient, the first we have to see the power of the respiratory muscles. What are respiratory muscles? Where when we are seeing about the respiration, it is broadly divided into inspiration and expiration. That is inhalation and exhalation. Diaphragm, internal intercostals, external intercostals are the three muscles that is most important. So most of the person would see a cancer patient. During the latest stage of life, just observe the patient breathing. Shallow breathing is possible. Shallow breathing means the patient is using the accessory muscles of respiration. The accessory muscles of respiration patient is having. The diaphragm work got reduced. The intercostal work got reduced. First of all, short term, what is diaphragm muscle will do during respiration? So when we are inhaling, the diaphragm just pulls the lungs downwards, so the air is filling inside our lungs. The internal intercostals and the external intercostals improves the AT diameter, the anterior posterior diameter of our lungs, so that the air is again pulled inside. So these three muscles are most important for a cancer patient. So when inhalation is very easy, then exhalation is a passive process. The exhalation also would be very easy. So what are techniques can we give during the yoga means we can give the patient the first we have to give the three modes of breathing, that is diaphragmatic, that is chest level breathing, and again one clavicular breathing. That thing we have to do. These three kind of breathing we have to do, and we have to increase the functional ability of the lungs. We have to increase the inhalation exhalation ratio. So the inhalation is most important than exhalation because exhalation is a passive process. The other techniques Nadi Shuddhi we can give. Because the patient is always tensed, we have to give the pranayama techniques like Chandra Anuloma Viloma or Chandra Vedana. The Chandra Anuloma Viloma we have to give to the patient, and also the sympathetic nerve system we have to reduce. So when we are balancing the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nerve system, and when the parasympathetic nerve system is activated more, then the stress will get reduced. So these are techniques we have to follow. Certain mudras also very useful for improving our respiratory system function. First, we have to analyze the respiratory system and then the cardiovascular system. Cardiovascular system is also most important. When a patient is affected by the respiratory system, then the cardiovascular system also gets affected, and that cardiovascular system again affects other parts. The cardiovascular fitness we can improve by slowly increasing the leverage of the exercises. Slowly increasing. The cancer patients already having the problem, we have to increase very slowly. That leverage is most important nowadays because cancer patient, the cardiorespiratory fitness is most important. How to improve the leverage of the patient? First, we have to check the fitness of the patient and make the patient to walk for a 6 minutes. A 6-minute walk test is most important. Then 12-minute walk test is most important. This 6-minute and 12-minute walk test we have to analyze, and again we have to give the free exercises to the cancer patients. The free exercises to the cancer patients is most important. Then after 1 month or 2 months, we have to again analyze the 6-minute and 12-minute walk test. So when these two systems, the respiratory and the cardiac system is almost normal, then we have to see the other problems. What are the other problems that are present for a cancer means? The pain. We can't able to describe the pain for a cancer patient. Always cries. The cancer patient always cries. It may be morning, it may be evening, they don't know the time. Like that only, this kind of things happens. The pain is the first thing we have to see after seeing the cardiorespiratory fitness. How to reduce the pain? First of all, two kind of things we have to see. The pain, from which part it is coming. For example, cancer is present in the lumbosacral region, that is on the back. Then the sciatic nerve may get compressed. When the sciatic nerve gets compressed means we have to release the sciatic nerve. For that, neural mobilization techniques are more important. A neural mobilization techniques means when we are applying the traction. So traction also comes under the yoga therapy. Traction is a physiotherapy method, but also we can give, but also the yoga therapist can give the traction. The traction is most important. Then for sciatic nerve mobilization we have to give. When a patient is having cancer at the arm and a patient is feeling pain, then we have to check any nerve gets compressed or not. When a nerve gets compressed, that nerve we have to mobilize very carefully. See, every nerve has its functions and anti-functions. Functions means the nerve will function in a normal way. Antifunctions means when we release the nerve, then the nerve will come into normal position. These two things are most important. For a cancer patient, we can't able to tell that what kind of problem will occur at what time. When we are seeing a patient now, the patient is having cervical cancer. After some time, the patient will have humerus cancer. Humerus cancer means the bone which is present in the upper arm. Then after that, the cancer gets spread to the other organs. At last, respiratory cancer also comes and the patient will go for death. So when we are doing the yoga therapy very carefully, we can increase the lifespan of a patient. How can we increase the lifespan of a patient? By means of giving correct methods of yoga therapy. So when we are giving the yoga therapy should reduce the complications of the cancer. It should not increase. So when the nerve gets compressed, we have to release the nerve. Or when a muscle gets compressed, or when a muscle caught by cancer tissue, we have to see slowly, we have to exercise the muscle and we have to make the muscle to normal. So the pain, what are the other things we can give? So many modalities are there. That modalities we have to give. So for yoga therapy, we can give wax bath. Wax bath not directly to the cancer site. Wax bath to the peripheral sites. For example, cancer is present at the hip joint. But the ankle joint, the patient is feeling pain. Then we can give the wax bath to the ankle joint. When a patient is having pain in the ankle joint, and then we can also give TENS, transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation, or IFT, interferential therapy. This kind of techniques we can give. Water therapy is most important for a cancer patients. See, breast cancer is most probably can be cured through water therapy. The research tells when a patient is going in in the acute stage of the cancer. There are three types of stages for a disease. One is acute, second one is subacute, third one is chronic. Acute means sudden. When a person got disease in a sudden manner, that is acute. Subacute means the duration between the acute and the chronic stage. Chronic means after 6 months. So when a patient come to us in an acute stage, then we have to receive the patient, we have to start the therapy so that we can able to reduce the complications of the patient and also we can able to increase the longevity of the patient. So what are the points we have seen now means, first one is improving the cardiorespiratory fitness. Second one is pain. And third one means what are the things that is present that is giving more kind of problems to the patient. For example, when a patient is having brain cancer or cancer inside the head, then what kind of problems the patient will feel means the cognition got affected. The cognition and perception we can give by means of simple techniques. Play therapy modes are most important for this kind of problems. Specific site, specific treatment. When a cancer is present at the shoulder joint, we can stabilize the cancer by means of, we can stabilize the joint and also we can reduce the spread of the cancer by means of braces. So that the pull of the muscles won't occur and the gravity also won't takes place in a favorable one for the cancer. So these kind of things are most important. Specific site, specific problem when we are giving means then that is most a good response will come from the patient. Most of the patients, they are dying not because of cancer, because of the emotional instability. The emotional instability we have to improve by improving the emotional intelligence of the patient. How can we improve the emotional intelligence for a person? First of all, emotional intelligence we can improve by means of explaining what is happening. See, when we are seeing in our lifetime, what are the experiences? When we are just clubbing the experiences with the emotions, then that's a problem. And we just take out the emotions, and when we are seeing only the problems, then the problem we can cure. For cancer also, when we are seeing the cancer as a disease only, and the emotions are left, means we can able to cure the cancer. Last but not the least, how to prevent cancer. See, cancer is coming, and the reason for the cancer is really idiopathic. We can't able to tell, because so many persons are telling that cigarette smoking and what some kind of behavioral attitudes is increasing the cancer, and also that are the reason. But without any reason, also cancer is coming. We can able to reduce the cancer rate, and also we can able to escape from the cancer by living it naturally. By living naturally is the most best way. The 5 principles of yoga we have to follow. That is the most important thing. The 5 principles of yoga, when we are following, then that 5 principles will really make us escape from the cancer. When we are just coming out from the 5 principles of yoga, then any kind of disease will enter, and the cancer also may enter. That is most important. So thanks for giving this opportunity, and again I am thanking Ilangovan sir for giving this nice opportunity to deliver the address on cancer on this World Cancer Day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. It was a wonderful and informative, detailed message on cancer and how acceptance of the disease is important for a cancer patient, as well as how yoga therapy can increase the lifespan of the cancer patient. You have given a very wonderful message. Thank you once again. Now I invite most respected Dr. R. Ilangovan sir, Professor and Head, FIST MAHER, for concluding address. I welcome you, sir.
Hari Om. Good evening to one and all. I express on behalf of you our sincere thanks to our beloved genius, Parthasarthi sir. Such an outstanding and extraordinary, memorable speech. His elegance, his grace, and having full of knowledge, and the delivery system of him is unmatched and unparalleled. So once again, on behalf of you, we express our thanks to him for having accepted. So I want to throw a few points on this cancer at this juncture. It is for your kind information. In India, 1,300 people are dying daily. Daily 1,300 people are dying because of cancer. And per year, 8 lakh Indians are dying. You will feel wonder, 17 persons dies a minute in India. 22.5 lakh have cancer in India at present. 4.2 crore in the world at present. So every year we are having 14 crore new cancer cases globally. and 17.3 lakh cases every year in India. And it is worrying factor is cancer is the second leading cause of death in urban area and the fourth leading cause in rural India. It is very pathetic to understand. 80% of Indian patients come to doctor only after realizing it. Too late they are coming. 40% cases are detected early in Kerala. You have to appreciate Kerala. So having fewer cancer deaths, they detected at early, what our Parthasarthi sir told. 9 out of 10 cancer cases are linked to environmental factors, lifestyle factors. Aged persons are more affected. And 30% because of diet, 25% because of tobacco, 15% because of infections, and 5% because of genetic. Now you can understand very easily, only 5% are genetic. The remaining, it is because of our day-to-day living. 75% cancers can be prevented if we give proper treatment. So that is the main cause that we have to understand. And as far as our doshas are concerned, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, அதிக வாதம் இந்த கேன்சருக்கு முக்கியமான ஒரு காரணியாக கருதப்படுகிறது. வாதமலாது வேணி கெடாது என்கிறார் தேரையர். And we can detect this cancer, as Sir told, mainly there are 4 types of 4 stages. The 4th stage is very critical, but even then, as for his statement, we can make him recover if he is strongly good in emotional way and also mental way. So there are so many tests. The initial test will be PSA test for men and CA 123 for women. PET test scanning, that the CT scan we can have, MRI scan we can have, blood test we can detect, and so many areas are there to detect cancer. And also there are so many therapeutical treatments are available. Recently you have immunotherapy, apart from the surgery, radiation therapy, and also chemotherapy, etc., including stem cells. And it is for your kind information that you have to understand high level of estrogen leads to cancer for women. And the high level of testosterone hormone secretion promotes this, that is, affects men in their area. And also, if you want to have, for example, I will tell you, there is a hormone, there is a gene called VHL. If that gene is not available in man or in human beings, and if it is inactive, there are 2 proteins, what we call HIF1 alpha and ARND. The 2 proteins will be affected. In turn, there is a hormone called erythropoietin secreted in that kidney area, that adrenal gland, that also will be affected. If that are affected, new blood vessels won't be produced and created, oxygen carrying capacity will be less, and cellular health will be affected at the outset. So these are all the concepts that you have to understand when you go for these kind of problems. And also, we are having so many practices that you have to undergo. But in general, at present, for cancer patients, yogic practices are being given as complementary treatment, complementary therapy, along with this conventional medicine. And it is very much needed, and it is very much used for promoting balance, promoting coordination, promoting, that is what we call, what our Parthasarthis are told, to reduce pain and also to cut short their emotional imbalances and overcome fatigue. For these reasons, now they are giving. But prevention is better than cure. So at the outset, what we can tell this cancer kind of problems, yogic practices at present are being given to be considered as a preventive as well as rehabilitative procedures. So if we have prevented, then no need to worry about all these concepts. And also, there are so many, before getting into that yogic practices, the treatment, what they are giving at present for cancer patients related to dietary pattern, what he told our chief guest, natural food they are giving. You have to take naturally. That means balanced and nutritious diet. And you have to see that the constipation should not be affected. Juices you can give, fruit diet you can give, wheat grass juice you can give, grape juices are good, fasting is good, vitamin A and vitamin C, milk and milk products, nuts and diets. And a very, very important concept is that cruciferous diet items and black food items are very much essential for the cancer patients. And in general, we can have, already I told you that related to general food items that you have to keep. The first thing what we want to come here, in order to avoid these kind of problems, daily you have to undergo our regular yogic practices like loosening the joints, Surya Namaskar, Vrikshasan, Viparita Karani, Matsyasan, Ushtrasan, Dhanurasan, Jatara Parivatanasan, Ardhamachendrasan, Paschimottanasana, Shashangasan, Kapalabhati, Bhastriha, Nadi Shodhana, Mahamudra, and meditation. These are all the general practices you can go ahead of overcoming these kind of problems. Suppose if we have the patient, what's are told according to his problems, whether it is first, second, third stage or fourth stage, we have to use our yogic practices with modifications, as well as we have to use the props. And very particularly the cancer patients, the yogic practices can be given are Pavanamuttasana series 1, according to bigger school of yoga, Surya Namaskar we can give, and also the seated forward bends we can give, Viparita Karani we can give, half Halasana they are good, Mahamudra also good, very particularly Ujjayi Pranayam, Brahmari Pranayam, Nadi Shodhana and Kapalabhati are very, very important pranayama practices. Among that, Nadi Shodhana and Kapalabhati are very, very essential. Ramdev tells 1 hour that patient should do Kapalabhati. If he gets tired, then he has to switch over to Nadi Shodhana. Again, he has to come back to doing Kapalabhati. That's what he says. That is, every 5 minutes, he has to do 5 minutes, he has done Kapalabhati, means take 1 minute rest with Nadi Shodhana like that. And very particularly, this Yoga Nidra, and also I have to mention that what are told, diaphragmatic breathing is a must. Yoga Mudra and Yoga Nidra are meaningful mindfulness meditation, both are very, very essential. So these are all the things that you have to keep it in your mind. And it is our duty, since we belong to yoga, we have to be having the responsibility to make the world a pleasant, have a happiest environment we have to. One small occasion, that one small incident I want to tell you. You might have known about Columbus. He is a great sailor from Spain. He learned about India and he wanted to come to India to earn money because he was told that India was a very fabulous and wealthiest country. So he wanted to come to India. So generally what they will do, they will use European countries and Iran the way, and finally they will reach India through Afghanistan like that. But his intuition told him, why you have to go in a straight way? Because the world is round shape. If we go towards America, Japan like that, again we will reach India, you know. So why can't we go in that way? He thought like that. And he started with some criminals because no one was ready to come. So he took some criminals for his help and he sailed to India. So he was coming, trying, and the fellow persons, they got annoyed. And once they told that they can't cooperate with, let us go back to Spain. So they were so adamant. Then Columbus told, see, we started with a purpose. We started with a goal. Let us finish the goal. You please give 1 day time. Let us travel one more day. If we find any place, then we will stay there. Otherwise, we will come back to Spain. So one day he asked permission. One day he asked, and that day, throughout the day, he didn't take any kind of food items. Such a marvelous person, that Columbus. So luckily, what you know, not even 24 hours, within 20 hours, he reached a new land, that is America. So he discovered that America, and then we can see the historic facts later on. Made him to win. So let us have the willpower to overcome these problems, because it is really a menace to the whole world, because it is the second disease that makes the world more problematic. Deaths we could see. So let us have the will through yogic practices, through sattvic diet. Let us take the human beings suffered because of these problems to lead a happy, blissful, and also super conscious stated personalities. So once again, on behalf of you, we express our sincere thanks to our management, VC and registrar for having given this opportunity. And also from my bottom of the heart, it is a historic and memorable day for us, red letter day for us. Such an extraordinary speech that we could hear from Dr. Parthasarthi. Once again, on behalf of you, we express our sincere thanks to you. Thank you very much, one and all.
Thank you, sir. It was an overall message to create awareness amongst the society against the cancer as a preventive, curative, and rehabilitative measures through yoga therapy, nutrition, and sattvic diet to bring balance, coordination, reduce the pain, and bring emotional balance. Thank you once again. Now I invite Mr. A. Annadurai, Assistant Professor, FYST MAHER, for vote of thanks. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. It has been such an honor to be a part of this wonderful event. On behalf of Meenakshi Academy of Higher Education and Research, FYST MAHER, I would extend my heartfelt gratitude to our organization committee chief Cordon, Mr. A.N. Radhakrishnan, Chancellor MAHER, Mrs. Jayanti Radhakrishnan, Rector MAHER, Patron Professor Dr. R.S. Neelakandan, Vice Chancellor MAHER, Additional Patron Professor Dr. C. Kritika, Registrar MAHER, Convener Dr. Ilangovan, Professor and Head FYST, Organizing Secretary Dr. B. Subbulakshmi, Associate Professor FYST, Coordinators Dr. S. Murugesan, Associate Professor FYST, and I would extend my special thanks to Dr. Br Parthasarthi, Faculty in Physiotherapy Department, of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation, Government Kadalur Medical College and Hospital, Chidambaram. I also feel proud to our organizing committee members of Students Council, students of is first year, second year, BSc and MSc, Yoga and Yoga Therapy, so and PhD scholar FYST. So once again, I would like to thank our HOD Dr. R. Yelongovan sir for giving me this opportunity. Have a fantastic Friday. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Once again, I would like to thank our speaker for today, the organizing secretary, our professor and head, Ilangovan sir, coordinators, organizing committee members, students and PhD scholars of FYST MAHER for making this day a very special day. And the occasion of the World Cancer Day reminds us all that we are all together in this fight against the cancer and we must conquer it together. Now, I would like to conclude today's webinar by closing prayer to bless the whole world to be happy, healthy, and prosperous. And I request everyone to switch on the camera after prayer for taking the screenshots. Okay, now sit comfortably in any meditative posture. Your spine should be erect. Close your eyes. Palms in Namaskara Mudra. Let us start the prayer. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you. I would like to call everyone to open the cameras to take the pictures. Once again, thank you to all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.